If you're not rich, you're gonna be a useless eater to these companies.
And live in metaverse, yeah?
All of that is coming.
They bought before a lot of BTC, accumulated, and now they sell little bit for good price with a good liquidity.
They're more powerful than all the governments. To them, Bitcoin is such a small thing. How are you structured currently, you guys?
30% Memecoins, it's long-term portfolio.
Your portfolio is basically cooked. It's going to zero. Crypto is an IQ test. If you are dumb, you're gonna lose all your money and go broke.
XRP, I know it's a very popular asset in English-speaking countries.
$5 in maybe the next couple of years. We're going to come into a massive crash anyway.
It's the best coin that was designed to farm money, to steal from the poor and the ignorant. By the end of this period, this 10 years, you're going to be working for 3 of the blacks.
Put money on the table. Put all your money on the table. Hey guys, now you're on Crypto channel of Emil Panakov, and I have a great podcast with the 2 guys from UK and from South Africa, James Richmond. Go, 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 go. And Grey BTC. I don't know what you heard about me. Put up this chain, get $1 out of me. Assalamu alaikum, guys.
Alaikum wassalam.
Great to be here.
So this content is should be awesome. And if you see until end, you will check, firstly, our predictions about BTC, Solana, Ethereum, XRP, Hyperliquid, FARTCOIN, doesn't matter. Anyway, you will get the most useful information. And now we start to talking. We will talk about a lot of good things. Guys, what is your opinion about BTC price this year? Grey.
My prediction for BTC, it's above $250,000 by the end of the year.
2025.
2025, yes.
Say again.
$250,000, 2025.
Richmond?
$150,000.
150. My prediction, 140. It's not about I don't believe in BTC. I believe when big capital get money from this, swing trade, like it was before. Okay, Grey, why are you so optimistic about BTC this year?
The reason for my prediction, $250,000 Bitcoin, is simply based on supply. So I think we're heading towards a supply shock moment for Bitcoin, where all of Bitcoin is not being bought by retail and average people anymore. It's a lot of wealthy institutions that they're buying, and they're not buying 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. They're buying a lot. They're spending billions at a time, buying thousands of Bitcoins. And with that, you reach at a point where the market don't have that much Bitcoin roaming around, and the price would just skyrocket overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
that's
graphic looks like this in a big time frame, month's time frame, and after it will pump like this. Yeah,
you're just gonna get a moment where it just shoot up a lot, maybe because Apple decided to buy Bitcoin, and then there will be a competition for all these institutions trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible, because you can see it at a small scale where it's becoming so popular for these institutions to flex that they have Bitcoin in the treasury. So maybe it's 1% of their cash or whatever they have in their reserves. And that number will move from 1% to 2%, 5%, or even more. So you have companies that maybe were struggling, like MicroStrategy and GameStop, that started this whole thing, but then it will eventually become more common among the normal companies that we know.
Okay, do you think that Trump family buy Bitcoin, not for everybody knows? It's, we know, World Liberty Finance, yeah? They bought Ethereum, Bitcoin, and some other altcoins. Maybe you think that Trump, with his family, with his team, buy Bitcoin on unknown wallets. Is it possible?
So what is the question? Is the Trump family are they buying Bitcoin or World Liberty Finance?
We see how World Liberty Finance, it's project of Trump family.
Yes.
Yeah. They buy BTC, Ethereum, and other altcoins. Yeah. Do you think that they buy on unknown wallets? Nobody knows, but they buy.
Of course you have.
What is your opinion?
So if they think that the strategic Bitcoin reserve or Trump would sign a bill that would enforce the US to start buying Bitcoin, surely they should be buying on the side wallets. But from that was my thesis before. But understanding how the American political system works, it's not completely going to be a secret whether it's going to be approved or not. It's like it has to go through the process of the constitution. So, I don't think there is anyone with a specific idea of what's going to happen. Even Trump himself doesn't know. He can want to have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which we sort of have, it's coming. And then you can also say the US should buy 1 million Bitcoin. By the time they reach to that conclusion, even us regular people would be able to know based on following the political process of how it works.
Okay, James?
I believe that Trump has got 4 years to make as much money as possible. And after that, he doesn't care what happens because he's made enough wealth for him, his whole family, and his whole bloodline. So if you look at the Trump token, World Liberty Finance, the Molina token, what he's doing in crypto is to basically take as much liquidity out of the market for himself and his family. And then the presidency would be over, and then he doesn't care what happens to crypto. Him saying that he's moving to crypto and the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and he's a pro-crypto president. He's pro-crypto because he's a business person, he makes money. So he's seen it as an opportunity to manipulate the markets in his favor, make as much money as possible. He's got a 4-year period to do it, and then he can go and sit on the beach. He doesn't care.
100%, yeah.
So what about BlackRock? My question is BlackRock goes to government in summer 2023 and ask maybe ETF BTC, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And they know it. And they know that government will agree. 500 times before, it was 99% conversion. Do you think that BlackRock and other big capital guys bought BTC 5-10 years before, and now they sell to their clients? Do you think?
When it comes to BlackRock, I think they were actually anti-Bitcoin for a long time. But
Okay.
I don't think they actually front-run the market as much because those guys, they have more money than God. They're more powerful than all the governments. To them, Bitcoin is such a small thing. They don't have to play those games.
You think so?
Yeah. They might manipulate the markets now that they have a lot of power. They can trade it in either direction to sort of do whatever they want. But also they have a lot of, as a public company, they have a lot of, is it a public company? BlackRock?
I think so, yeah.
So as a public company, they don't have the same leeway as what a private company would do. So they have to go through all these processes of approval before they can do anything. We had seen them change tune for a long time to see whether they would become pro-crypto or not. But, they don't care, those guys. They have a lot of money.
James, what do you think?
BlackRock and the other institutions and big people, obviously in the US and stuff, they will typically jump on a bandwagon after the hype is there, whether it's property and obviously the crypto, whatever it is, but they've got enough money to completely manipulate the market. So what was the actual question again?
My question was, is it possible that BlackRock with other big capital funds bought BTC last 5-10 years, and now they sell to their clients? They manage it, but they sell from their wallets. Because who sell? If we see a real pump, if we see 1 year and a half already BTC ETF, and we see every month plus a lot of billions dollars go to the BTC. Why price just 110? Not 200, not 300.
It's all OTC
Somebody
deals,
sells.
isn't it?
It's OTC.
Yeah. So the whole market, there's always been OTC deals around, but I feel like this cycle, I work with a lot of projects, and even some of the top projects in the top 15, they're doing OTC deals with KOLs, with influencers, and not just kind of a trench influencer with a couple of thousand followers, but if you've got money and you've got a good community of stuff and you know people, you can get OTC deals. So and this is like normal people. I'm not an institute. I'm not like a VC, and even I can get OTC deals on some of the projects in the top 20. So I think this cycle has been very much about OTC deals, and I think this is what we discussed in our last podcast as well. And then some of that money is going to flow into the altcoins, and we're going to have altcoin season. But that's the only reason for the market not pumping.
So this game is about market maker manage price. They buy OTC price they need, and after they pump or dump, right?
Well, look, the thing is, you have to also understand the reason to why these people buy the Bitcoin, right? They're buying it for
These people who? Clients of BlackRock, for example? Or
first BlackRock,
retail like us?
First BlackRock itself.
Okay.
So BlackRock is buying Bitcoin to offer a service, an ETF product to their clients. And also you have to consider how simple Bitcoin is. You can't always front run it because there's no backdoor. So whenever they say, oh, we just purchased X amount of Bitcoin, we're able to go on chain and see it. We didn't see those transactions before because any large transactions gets reported by a bunch of Twitter accounts. So we did not see those movements before. Only after the announcement, then we can look back at the on-chain and look at the transactions and we can audit and say, oh, so this was actually a BlackRock institution buying. And they also have wallets, which they were supposed to make public because of regulation. And we can see how much inflows and outflows are going on. So it's very difficult to front run for them at that scale, at least. But as for why the price is not pumping, it's just because you don't want to buy 1,000 Bitcoin from Binance. You're just going to get front run by the exchange itself and the market. So they do it OTC.
But is it possible for you guys that they bought before a lot of BTC, like millions BTC, accumulated, and now they sell little bit for good price with a good liquidity?
I think people
is it possible or not?
People who work there can do it. But as the institution itself, they just cannot do that.
You mean the people who works like employees in BlackRock because they know inside?
Yes.
What do you think, James?
What we need to realize that whether it's BlackRock or the exchanges, there's a couple of different kind of people in crypto, right? There's your dumb retail that come in, uneducated. They see all of these posts, all of these articles about Bitcoin, and they're buying it because they think it's going to be the future. And then you've got the smart people in crypto that are buying Bitcoin, making out it's a store of value, and they're buying it for they're purely buying it to make profit. Michael Saylor is not buying Bitcoin because he likes orange, or the look of it, or thinks it's a good long-term investment. He's buying it, he's DCAing in, and when the price hits the target he's looking for, he will start DCAing out and he will start selling because he's not buying Bitcoin to hold Bitcoin, he's buying Bitcoin ultimately to make profit. And anyone in crypto should be doing the same thing. I think the longer you're in crypto, the more you realize you really need to understand what you're doing and be smart with it. And you can't be buying tokens thinking to hold for the long term because there is never a long term in crypto. For every buyer, there's a seller. For every seller, there's a buyer. The market's completely manipulated. So I think it's best to always take profits in obviously crypto and not get tied in with all the bullshit and kind of follow the smart money, follow the institutes and the whales in crypto. And then you're going to make money.
Great. My opinion is they did it. Like Larry Fink and other big guys, they are not stupid. Of course, they interested first of all power, not money. But if you have power, you have money. And now they just do very smart thing for me. Like they know that BTC will be like more than 1 trillion market cap and next 3 trillion, next 10 trillion, for example. And they know that world go to the digital world, yeah? And they accumulate a lot of BTC and now they need to earn on it, yeah? But if they just sell, it's not power. But if they sell to their clients on their wallets, like in Coinbase, because clients don't have BTC, yeah? They have just paper about that they have BTC, right? Mm-hmm. So they manage it, get money for managing 1%, maybe about 1%. They sell it. Great strategy. Great, I think. And next, like 2030, when BTC will be 1 million, they earn a lot and still manage it. Because people cannot get their BTC and do something like on wallet and go like to the moon. No, just paper. You're just like in a bank, you know. Sometimes it can be blocked, for example.
I think the story is more scary than that because...
More scary?
By the end of this period, this 10 years, you're going to be working for 3 of the blacks. Do you know the 3 blacks?
Like a BlackRock?
Close. just not exactly. So
okay.
You got, I'm not going to say much about it, but I'll just tell people the names. They can do the study themselves. But at the end of this, most people will be useless eaters working for the 3 blacks.
Okay.
BlackRock, Blackstone, Blackwater. You guys can do your own study.
Blackstone, Blackwater, what is it?
You can do your own study.
Ah,
Yes. There's BlackRock, Blackwater, and Blackstone.
okay.
Yeah. So by 2030, if you're not rich, you're going to be a useless eater to these companies.
And get passive basic income
You're going to be getting universal basic income.
and live in metaverse. Yeah.
All of that is coming. So-
Basically, you're going to be a peasant.
Absolutely, yeah. I think I say you're going to be worse than a peasant, worse than a slave, because a peasant, a slave were more useful.
Peasant like
You could do work.
peasant. It's like
There's no
Warcraft
use
3.
case for them.
Yeah, I mean, a peasant is like you there's a use case for you. You can do
Yeah.
something. You're useful to the economy.
If you hire them, then they'll be useful to us.
Absolutely,
You can
right?
have a bunch of peasants.
No, but then by 2030, the slave is going to be useless because a robot can do a better job. A
100%.
peasant is not needed anymore because there are 6 million other peasants that can do the same thing and robots. So now humanity is going to be compressed to something less than useful. You're just going to be like a new, there's a lot of animals there that people don't even care about, right? We care about the cats, we care about the dogs, fuck everything else. I think humans
In
are
Russia,
going
we care about bears.
you care about bears. So I think some humans will now become
Ants,
ants almost. Yeah, exactly.
rats.
It's just like, they
Rats
just
and curiosity
consume a
ants.
lot of energy, a lot of food.
I
They
think
wanna-
most humans are like that already, though. They
Sure.
live in that thing. Wake up in the morning, go to work, go on 2 holiday or 1 holiday a year, 2 weeks. It's living in that thing. So they're ultimately useless because they're just doing the same shit, but they're useful to a company. But I mean,
Right.
yeah, they're going to have that transition where they're useless to a company and useless to.
But
the
like
world.
as useless as someone is, you can still account their contribution to civilization to something. They go to work, they show up, they might do the dumbest job in the world, but there is, you can say 0.1 contribution, 0.0001 contribution of the company's GDP. But you just put AI there. What is this person now? I think that's a deeper question than Bitcoin. So if you don't hold Bitcoin and then all you have is a credit score, but you're going to be poor, so the credit score doesn't matter. What's going to matter is a social score. Now, if you put a social score, you are worse than a slave because you can't work, nobody wants to hire you, and you just need food just to survive. And most people will not even have kids. I think we talked about this before because they can't afford it. And the government will not allow them. You're a useless eater. Why
already
do you
doing
want to
that in
have...
China.
They do that already, right?
Guys, let's play the game. Like
Looking forward to it.
we
Let's do
have 3 predictions: 250, 150, 140, 80H this year, right? So maybe we can predict for a short time frame, like 10 minutes. Is it possible for you?
Easy.
Let's do it.
How much money are we supposed to put down?
I think we can start from 100.
Sure.
Okay, Masha, can you show us first asset? We can have a prediction.
Alright, guys.
Hey.
So we're gonna start with Bitcoin. Now the current price is at 1,900.
No, it's not.
1,000.
I wish it was 1,000.
I'll sell my kidney right now. If that is the thing.
109.
Okay, great. Check the price of BTC. Current price.
It has to be 109,000.
Yeah. 109.
$109,491.
499.
109,491.
So now time 1:14.
What do you guys think it's going to be within the next 10 minutes?
In the next 10 minutes, it's going to be below 109,600.
James.
Below 109,600, you said. I believe it's going to be above 109,600.
And what do you think?
I think 109 50. Okay.
Okay.
So
You're all set there.
after 10 minutes you come back and
Yeah.
we will check.
So we put in the money, yeah?
Yeah.
I think, guys, your strategy is to accumulate BTC.
Yes.
No.
Directed by Tuldudu. Okay, explain your opinion, your strategy. Why do you earn money in the crypto market? And next, James. Great.
Sure. So first layer of this, to not become a useless eater, you want to have a lot of Bitcoin as much as possible. This
Okay.
is the first stage. You want to have money that's not attached to any government, that you can travel with anywhere in the world. We don't know when AGI is here and humans have no jobs. You don't really know what the world will look like, what's going to be valuable, what's going to be in high demand, but you just want to have money that is flexible, that you're in full control, so that if life ends up taking place over in Brazil or in some corner of the world, you can just travel there and live a good life. So you need first to have a lot of Bitcoin. It's not about having a lot of cars and a bunch of real estate and stuff like that anymore. You don't know what the world is going to become. You don't know what people will do when they have been diminished to something worse than a slave. How are they going to react? We don't know that. It can be chaos. So a lot of people are worried about World War III. I think this is probably a much concerning probability, because it's going to happen. People will lose jobs to AI, and it's going to create a whole new type of society that we've never seen before. So accumulate Bitcoin so that you can figure out what to do when that happens.
So your strategy 2030, it's accumulate maximum of BTC.
As much as you can get.
Okay.
And have it in under your own control, like self-custody.
No material assets like cars, home, everything, houses.
Material assets don't really matter that much, because you automatically get material wealth when you have a lot of assets that matter, real money. So if you've got Bitcoin, well, if you have a lot of Bitcoin, you can afford to buy or rent any car that you want, any house, any villa you want. It doesn't matter.
For example, Floyd Mayweather has a big garage, a lot of material assets.
Right.
If you, for example, 2030, inshallah, you have 100 million capital dollars, for example. How much percent it will be in BTC and how much percent it will be in other material assets, and what material assets you will have?
I can just tell you my views on material assets, like what you say. Like Mayweather has a lot of money, then he has a bunch of cars. That is a sign of not having ideas. You can have a lot of money, but if you don't have that much ideas, you end up just buying a lot of material shit.
So
it depends on what kind of person you are. If you have a lot of ideas, you can take money and do something else.
But I ask you, 100 million capital, you will have 2030. It's my prediction.
Well, if I have $100 million, I can afford to rent a jet, to rent everything, and not even think about it. I would just
for example, you will have $95 million in BTC and $5 million in cash for something. Yeah?
Right.
Correct?
Yeah, sure.
So
I would just take...
Like Pavel Durov, no houses, no cars.
Yes.
Only BTC and money on your bank accounts, yeah?
Put $10 million in the bank maybe to just accumulate interest and live off the interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
James, I can ask again.
Yeah, what was the question?
The question was... I forget to...
So I earn money for freedom, right? And that's the main reason. I don't have a plan of accumulating Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever. I buy and sell them.
What is the freedom for you? For him, BTC. For you?
Being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
How it's possible? For example, you have capital $100 million in 2030. Can you tell us how much percent will be in BTC, Ethereum, Solana, houses? Doesn't matter. You can say yourself.
Probably nothing in Bitcoin.
Okay.
Houses a lot. Bricks and mortar.
Like
I don't
20
think you can go
millions
wrong
in
with.
houses, for example. 50 million.
It depends. When you've got 100 million, you want to leverage. You don't want to use your own money, right? You're basically use smart debt. So 100 million is difficult to say. It depends what's trending at the time, right?
Let's imagine just
property.
Okay.
I think the problem with Bitcoin is I don't believe it's a store of value. With quantum computing getting smarter and all of these hacks and all of these kidnappings and stuff in the crypto space, is your Bitcoin and crypto really safe compared to having the deeds of a property and having passive income? Yes, you're going to make more returns on Bitcoin, but can you lose it all? There's a chance of that. With property, there's not, especially if you structure it right. So I believe property is the safest investment.
So,
in regards
for example, in 100 million capital, you will have 90 millions in property, 10 millions in crypto and cash, for example.
No, I'd have $1 billion worth of debt and have that in property, creating passive income.
But I mean, you're Russian, so you know this more than anyone else. To say that real estate is the safest is a little bit of a stretch, because a lot of the Russian oligarchs lost their real estate in London because the government just said, we're taking it. It's no longer yours.
$300 billion was blocked by governments of Euro countries. It was Russian money. It's not about oligarchs. And also oligarchs plus more.
Of course.
So maybe $500 billion.
I think in that situation, obviously, it's different. If you're Russian, you need to find another way to make money.
No, but
if
you're-
you're English, it's okay.
No, but
Today
you're-
Russia,
you're
tomorrow
English.
will be UK, for example.
But your English right now, they arrest people for comments online. So if they watch this podcast, they don't like what you say, they can just be like,
They can, but that's why you basically have the property in a trust, and you're basically own everything through a trust. You're not going to own property in your own name. It's too risky, right? Sure, have a limited company and a offshore company, and then you'll basically put it into a trust. I still think that you can't beat having property. Bitcoin is nothing compared to property. But that's what I genuinely believe.
Okay, my strategy, if I have 100 million capital 2030, I'm not sure, but maybe if I have 50, it will be for me like a dream life. But if I have 100 million, I think in this day, because after 5 years, everything can be changed. But in this day, if I imagine, I think 50% it should be property.
Oh, if it's today, I thought you meant predicting the future.
What do you mean?
Don't
because
worry,
you,
it's fine.
yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, but it makes sense. It's a good strategy. Just be aware with property. I understand why everybody thinks it's good, but in China, for example, property is the worst because it's going down only. They build so much that they.
Let me explain. Okay, 50% in property. What kind of property? First of all, in Russia, because I'm Russian. Second, Kazakhstan, because Kazakhstan after 2033 will increase so much. I know it. I know this.
Why in Russia though? Because a lot of Russians seems to be wanting to take their capital out. Yeah. And there's a lot of capital control.
Because they get money not clean. Firstly, and secondly, if you are a billionaire, maybe. But if you have just $50 million, you just you're rich, but you're not the richest. It's like you just this guy who cares about himself, but not so much like billionaires, you know.
If you have 50 million and you're smart, you basically have half a billion with 10x leverage.
Not about leverage. For example, I can buy a flat in Moscow like $3 million, one of the best flats. For example, 5 million, one of the best house near from Moscow. Yeah, like $5 million, I can buy area in Altai. Altai, it's a very good place with mountains like Switzerland, in Russia, in Siberia. Something like that.
And is that investing or for you things you just like? Because I don't know.
In Moscow, flat and house near from Moscow for living. Altai investing, of course, because now it can be after 5 years. Maybe followers, viewers can comment it. Yeah, who knows Russia? Altai will be like Switzerland, like Courchevel, like after 5-10 years, 5 years minimum. And now already price go like 10 times more last 5 years, 10 times more in mountains in Altai. For example, Okay, for example, 20 millions in Russia property, 5 millions in Kazakhstan, 5 millions in Dubai, 5 millions in Thailand, 5 millions Argentina, for example. Because after 2030, not so many places where people can live rich like you guys. Hope, me too. Yeah. So it's not about like you can live everywhere. It will be not a lot of like 10-20 places where we can live like in Dubai.
True.
So
because I think the UK is a good example of this, right? Where
I think Europe
is
struggling.
Project Europe is closed. So Masha, can you say us who wins and what price now?
Okay, so the price now is 109,469, which means you won. So congratulations, because your bet was 109. It was actually below
right.
109. So
Yeah.
So you get all money here because it was like a present for you. Because
Amazing.
yeah.
Take the money.
But now we increase our bets. Next bet will be 200. What about Ethereum, guys?
This is the quickest trade I've ever made. Easy.
Every time I see when black guys get all money from white guys. But in
You have
Russia,
to- you
I am
have to
black,
do
you
it.
know? In Russia, I am black. Because all people from Caucasus, Dagestan, Chechnya, Azerbaijan, we are black in Russia.
Right? Russia is not a real place, bro.
Real, not real place.
No,
Well, what do you mean?
it's just not real.
Not real, well, you mean what?
It's not a real place.
Okay, what is a real place in the world? In your opinion?
You're black in Russia.
Yeah.
How can that be real?
Because I am black hair, my skin, my skin black, and my face. Look at me. My face is not like I'm not Slavic, you know, Slavic original Russian.
Maybe it's an undertone. We have to check other things if you qualify.
What do you
Maybe,
mean?
maybe I don't know. We have to check. So I don't think. So
You mean BlackRock, Black Cock, Black Sock?
we need to check the BlackRock, you know, because the hair is not the hair, not so much. The skin, not so much. So we have to check other things, but you know, maybe not today.
Okay, next asset, Ethereum. Can you show us, please? Okay,
Next asset is ETH. What's the current price? What's the bet for the next 10 minutes? Let's do it.
2,770, right, guys?
You can start with your bet.
Above 2,000.
I start.
So
Yeah,
right
that's-
now it's either above 2,800 or below 2,700.
I think it will be more than 2,800.
Below 2,000. Below what? 2,700.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be either.
Yeah.
Below 2,700. Let's go for that.
Below 2,700.
Yeah.
And great. What's your bet?
I think it's going to be above 2,800.
Like me.
Got it.
Yeah.
But
So let's
who
put
win?
money.
But who win if it will be more than 2,800? Who win?
It's not. It's going to
Wh-
stay
whoever
under,
is-
so I'm going to win.
Yeah.
It's fine. You don't have to worry about that.
200. Okay, 10 minutes go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. 100 million capital, inshallah. 50 million properties, like 20 millions in Russian actives, 5 million Kazakhstan, 5 million Thailand, 5 million Argentina, 5 million Dubai. Something
I
like
think the
that.
most important question to ask is, what are your how are you structured currently, you guys?
What do you mean?
Like your investment wise, how are you structured currently? Are you in real estate or more crypto or in other things? Like how are you allocated just yet? Before we talk about the 100 million.
Okay, James.
Crypto, cash, and real estate. But in terms of allocation, probably more in real estate.
Interesting.
Probably more in real estate right now. And cash, and then crypto. Crypto last.
Okay, percents.
Oh, God knows. I don't know. I don't even know how much crypto I've got. It could even be more in crypto.
About like 50%, 70%, 30%. About. Because I don't know actually too. I don't check every time
It
portfolio.
will be completely guessing. I honestly don't know. I genuinely don't know where all of my crypto is.
Okay. Yeah.
I could have 100 million. I don't know. Something I haven't checked in a while.
Actually, I sold my flat 2 years ago in Moscow and put everything in Ethereum, ETH. Sorry, put everything in ETH. 1,850 it was price, most of all, and 20% it was like in Memecoins. So doesn't matter. Now it's in plus. I think more than 50% in crypto now. Maybe 80% in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 10% in other assets like a car. I think 90% in crypto, and 10% other, because cash only for purchasing something like every month, like $5, $10, $15, $20,000. I don't count. You know.
When you say crypto, though, what assets like?
I know.
80% Ethereum and then 20% meme coins.
My long-term portfolio, it's 90% of all my deposit, 10% trade deposit. So 90%, it's 35% about ETH, 35% altcoins, and 30% meme coins. It's long-term portfolio with the Pepe, with the Mock, with the ETH, with the Stellar, XRP.
I think all meme coins are going to be going to zero. I think in my opinion, I think that's a very, very bad choice.
Very bad choice for
look,
what? 30% of meme coins or what?
I wouldn't even put 5% in meme coins. I only buy meme coins, and then when they pump, I sell.
10% trade deposit, most of all meme coins. Most of all. but 90%, 30% meme coins. It was created like in 2023 when nobody knows about meme coins. Nobody.
How long are they going to last? So the only one that's going to last is probably Dogecoin, and then the other
I
ones
had in
adding
my
utility.
portfolio Dogecoin, so
that might be the only one that I think that lasts. I don't think the others have got legs. I don't think they're going to be around much longer. Because why would they be, right?
please translate his British accent. I don't understand.
I think you're making the man panic. You're telling that his portfolio is cool.
Actually, I don't understand.
Now he doesn't understand. Now he's like, fuck, he's guessing himself. He's second guessing himself.
English was created in Great Britain, but I cannot understand anything you say. Like last
you
phrase.
can't understand or you don't want to understand.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I'm trying to the meme guys.
Everything was okay until this
until I
point.
mentioned a portfolio
Until
cooked.
Okay, great.
You
Please
pretended you haven't heard it.
translate last phrase, last question.
So what he was saying is that your portfolio is basically cooked. It's going to zero.
Why?
Because a lot of those meme coins don't have legs, according to him. They're going to go to zero.
Yeah.
So your
okay,
portfolio-
I can say what meme coins in my long-term portfolio. Pepe, Doge.
He says if it's not Dogecoin, it's cooked.
No. Pepe, Doge, Mock.
It doesn't matter. He says if it's not Dogecoin, it's cooked.
Tell me the others though. Tell me the others. I'm intrigued.
Okay, why?
What's that? No,
Why?
I want to see what ones. What
Once
meme
what?
coins? What meme coins do you think might do well?
So Dogecoin, Pepe, what else?
Okay, Pepe, Dogecoin, Mock, Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu. Crazy
Wait, say that bit again.
asset.
It's a long ass name, yeah.
What's it called?
Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu.
yeah.
I thought he was speaking Russian.
Yeah, it's crazy active.
Bitcoin Harry Potter.
Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu.
Is that a meme coin? That's
Yeah.
one meme coin.
It
Yeah.
was listed on Bybit, for example.
Yeah.
It was created May 2023. Goes to 400 million market cap after 1 year. Now it about 70, 90 million market cap, for example. Crazy
But
active.
it's pumping today.
Really?
Yeah, 24%.
I've
Oh,
never
wow.
even heard of this one.
Because I don't check every day, you know. I check only if more 50%. I have how to say
Alert.
calls alert. Yeah. So it's the biggest meme coins in my portfolio, and smaller like 0.5%, 1% in my long-term portfolio. Free for meme coins.
Let me ask you a question. So the Harry Potter one, why is that gonna pump?
Why?
Yeah.
Because people buy.
Damn, I think we have content for days today. These are like good clips, bro.
No. Why is it gonna pump? Why are people gonna buy it? Bitcoin Harry Potter.
Because it's cult. Firstly, it's cult. Second, strong team. Thirdly,
Strong team. Team doing what?
marketing. Push in X, in YouTube, in Instagram. They do. Okay, for example, Floki. Did you buy Floki 2021?
No.
No.
I was holder Floki from first day, 25 June. And I checked how team works. It was the greatest work in crypto for all years I'm in crypto, since 2017.
Let me stop you there just 1 second. Just relying on a team, though, is basically relying on people.
Okay.
And the most unreliable things on this planet are people. This is where, even when I look at teams, you just can't rely on the team. You need to rely on what they're doing in terms of if certain people in the team go, is that still going to be around? And are there certain things in place to make it deflationary or onboard people or keep building the community? Last year, there were coins with cults behind them and even last cycle. But the cults change very quick now, especially with Solana.
Okay, I got a question. Firstly, Solana meme coins only for flipping. Only. Except of trend meme coins like FARTCOIN and maybe Bonk. Maybe. That's all for me. I have FARTCOIN and Bonk in my
Bonk is
trade
deflationary,
portfolio.
though.
Huh?
Bonk's deflationary now. Yeah.
So, doesn't matter. I mean like for long term, only ETH meme coins. Like a Pepe, like a Mock, like a Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Tenino, like a rap, like Buster Rhymes, yeah. And for me, like this. Because I'm OG in ETH meme coins in CIS from March 2021. And we check on chain, we check team, we check wipe, we check everything with my team. And like, it's not guarantee, of course. But it's better than buy Starknet for $2 and wait like when it's become $10. But I believe Starknet can be $10, but maybe after 1, 2, 3 years. Because
maybe that might work, but Bonk, I know it's popular, but I don't think Bonk is a good play.
it's just trading.
The reason,
it's not long-term portfolio.
It's not even that. For me, is whenever the founders become rich, to me that's rinse. It's over. Because they have no incentive to push anything at that point.
Makes sense.
This is why I don't invest in any coin of the last cycle. I'm always chasing the new tokens of this cycle. So if you look at the top 100, like I said before, it's always changing. 2017 was a different top 100. 2021 was different. This time around is also going to be different. We just need an inflection point where altcoins, alt season comes, new ones that are into AI pump so hard, replacing Cardano, AVAX. You have all these useless L2s that are L1s and L2s that have a lot of huge market caps. But the founders are already rich. Charles Hoskinson is rich as fuck. Why does he have to be out there pushing Cardano anymore?
100%.
I believe it's different with utilities though, because Vitalik is rich. Satoshi Nakamoto is rich, and he still hasn't sold.
Well,
he's still holding.
But he
somewhere.
created actual utility, whereas all the other coins are based on hype, marketing and tactics and stuff like that. So Bitcoin, it's utility. We don't need Satoshi. Even if he's dead, we don't care. The mission continues. Ethereum doesn't need Vitalik at all. But everything else,
And
XRP
Vitalik
needs,
doesn't need money.
Vitalik doesn't need money. You know, that's great. But everything else that relies on marketing and hype, then it's cooked.
But why do people create tokens?
To get rich.
Yeah.
That's it. And every single token exists for the founders to get rich.
This is my point when I'm saying, like, as soon as even Hyperliquid, I got in at $4.40. As soon as it's a 1x, I'll sell a bit, and I'm still DCAing out now. I didn't DCA out on the dip, and recently I've DCA'd out because at some point, yes, there's some good utility behind it. I think it's going to go to probably $250 to $300 this cycle potentially, but it's still a token for people to get rich.
ETH bet, James won. The price is now 2,769.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take the money.
Isn't this a round where we shoot someone?
No, I don't think so.
Later. Now we have money. Maybe when somebody doesn't have money.
So the next bet is Solana. The current price is 165.
Okay.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one.
We start from me, yeah? I hope after 10 minutes it will be above 170.
I think it's going to be...
Oh, sorry. It's...
maybe do it within a couple of dollar range. Cause
like $1, yeah? Okay, above 167.
And you?
Below 165.
I think also below 165.
I say more than 167.
Six.
They say less than 165, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think to make it more concrete,
We should do it.
Yeah.
we should be to the dollar.
Dollar, yeah.
Yeah, to the dollar. So it's either 166, 165, or it's either 166 or 164. So
What
which
about
one do you?
165? 164. Yeah, 164.
Yeah, either 164 or 166. Only these numbers you can choose.
Just choose from two numbers.
Yes.
166.
Yeah. So 166.
Yeah.
I take 164.
We're
James,
still the same.
Yeah. I think we just perish
164.
in the 10 minutes.
I'm bullish every time. Anyway.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
Joint winners.
Yeah,
He's going
let's-
to pump now. Isn't it?
After 10 minutes, we will check result. Okay, guys, let's continue. So, 50% properties, 30% in some business with my partners, not about crypto, and 10% like some luxury things like cars, something else, yeah, and 10% I think some cash, crypto, something like that,
Interesting.
yeah.
That's a good one.
But it can be like crypto 25% properties, for example. It depends on what is your profile. I cannot trade profitable. I can invest profitable in long term. It's my strategy, it's my result. And I can find gyms like Pepe, like Floki in the long term again. I can flip because I have Alpha 1 trade terminal. But I'm more founder, more investor, and more influencer than trader. I cannot be super trader, super investor, super blogger, something like that. That's why I'm not. I don't accept strategy all in crypto when I have 100 million capital. But now 90% because I want a big life change money. From, for example, couple of millions to couple of 10 millions. That's my point.
Yeah, I think it's a good strategy.
Okay, what about ETH? Your goal in this year, 2025?
So I'll tell you a story of me and ETH. We have a good relationship before. Every time I meet Vitalik, the next year ETH goes ballistic. So the first time I met Vitalik in
2016,
19,
okay.
In Cape Town, South Africa. We had a podcast. We talked about a lot of things.
With Vitalik?
Yes, the discussion.
Can we put link here?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
The discussions back then were different, And then after that interview, Ethereum was at like $70. So
Okay.
I already was invested in Ethereum, but not as much. But after that discussion, I ended up selling some Bitcoin and actually putting more into it.
You believe more in crypto?
I believe more in Ethereum at that point.
Ethereum.
Yes. And then it took a while, but it happened. And then since then, the market has been crashing. So the last time I saw Vitalik was last year in Zambia.
Okay.
Yes.
Why Zambia?
We were doing a project there. And
Why he goes
Huh?
Zambia? Why he goes in Zambia?
yeah, with the Ethereum Foundation, we're trying to put together a hackathon, things like that. The Ethereum Foundation has a lot of stuff. So, we
Okay.
spent a couple of days in Zambia, had a good time. And that was the last time that I spoke to Vitalik. And he has a lot of ideas about what's going on in the market, as I think more outside crypto. But then I got a sense that the Ethereum Foundation is even way committed than before. So
Okay.
that made me to be even more bullish on Ethereum, even though the price has been down since then. But I believe that using the same logic, maybe it's luck, I think it's going to blast off again. So this is not like a rational explanation, but to me, I just use it as my own sign to trade it. So right now I'm all in. I think Ethereum is going to have a lot of pumps and there's going to be a huge Ethereum cycle. A lot of people are underestimating it, which is a signal that it's now go time. Everybody has given up. They're saying, it's over for Ethereum.
What price was... Say again, what price was when you saw Vitalik, and what is your prediction this year?
When I saw Vitalik, I think the price was maybe around 2,500 or 3,000, between that range.
Say again?
2,500 or 3,000.
That's what it was, not what it's going to be.
That's what it was.
It was, okay.
Yeah, when I saw him last
For example,
last year.
3,000. So
Yeah, so I think by the end of this current cycle, Ethereum will be $10,000.
this year,
I don't know about this year, but
I asked
between
about,
this year and next year, this year by the end is going to be $5,000 or more.
What's
okay,
current market cap
5,000.
of Ethereum?
5,000, yeah?
Yeah, $5,000.
Your prediction,
this year.
5,000, 2025, right?
Yeah, but by the end of the cycle, 10,000. That's going to be the top.
What's
Okay.
the current market cap of Ethereum?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
300.
Maybe
When what?
400 million.
When 5,000?
400 billion.
It will be, yeah, half trillion. When 5,000, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
trillion. Market cap is just numbers. Okay, we will talk about it. Okay, James, one more time. What is your prediction for Ethereum 2025?
I don't have a clue, to be honest. I'll guess, though.
Of course you
I
guess. You are not one guy, no. You say it with a so smart face, like, of course I can only guess. Okay, say again.
What are we at now? 2.5. What's market cap?
Oh,
roughly?
brother,
334.
stop. You forget. Not financial.
market cap,
Not financial advice.
Oh, yeah.
334 billion market cap.
300 billion.
Mm-hmm.
What's Bitcoin at?
Bitcoin almost 3 trillion.
Oh my God. Viewers, followers, just comment what they think about market cap. Is it real or is just numbers? And your prediction this year for Ethereum?
Probably around 5.5 to 6. because once we go above 4, I think we're going to be in price discovery. What a lot of people are doing this cycle is when they get back to break even, they're selling because most people bought the tops. I think there's going to be a lot of resistance there. Probably about 5.5 to 6, conservative.
Okay. And in this cycle, Gray said like a 10,000 maximum this cycle, like next year, for example.
5.5 to 6.
6.
5.5 to 6.
That's
Same.
that's bearish, bro.
So wait.
yeah.
Same like 2025.
Yeah.
So 2025 5,500 and next year 6,000.
It depends if Vitalik sells.
I mean just 6,000.
about
Okay.
5.5 to 6. I
Okay.
think that's. I want it to go to 10 as well. I'm holding some Ethereum, but I think realistically about 6,000, 5.5 to 6. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what this tells me is that a lot of people right now are not that bullish anymore because we have been in the dirt
bent
for
over
so
100 times.
everyone's burned out. Like people don't believe in this whole thing of $1 to 100x kind of thing.
I'll
right?
tell you what.
But I think this is a signal that it's about to happen again because you least expect it.
Yeah. I will tell you guys what people think about crypto in Russia and CIS.
Yeah.
Okay, 99%. It's not like my fantasy. It's true. 99% want to leave market. Already did it. Like they don't believe in alt season. They don't believe in Ethereum. I check maybe most of all popular influencers and traders in Telegram because we use in Russia Telegram, not X.
Yeah.
In X we just looking. We don't pump it. YouTube and Telegram. 99% wait when will be pump and sell. Like last pump. In Russia we say отскок. Like before bear market, last pump. Everybody wanted. Me, I'm very bullish. I think my goal 8,000 minimum this year for Ethereum, and next year 15,000 minimum. It's minimum for me. But I guess I actually don't know. I believe in Ethereum like 20,000 this cycle. Maybe
It's not too crazy. I can tell. I mean,
For
look,
me.
Bitcoin.
and I know
literally-
why. It's not fantasy.
Why is it?
Firstly, staking ETF. Firstly, it will be crazy investments from clients of funds because it will be first asset when you can have passive income. You cannot get passive income from BTC, from oil, gold. Firstly,
But you know that is like with the rule of diminishing returns is that the more people stake, the less money you make.
but it's front run.
I see. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
a point.
Firstly, because everything in crypto first run of front run. Sorry. Second, people don't believe. Retail thinks that it's the worst market in the world from 2009. In Russia and CIS, 100%. I will ask you about what about your countries, but in Russia, very bearish vibe. Second, people don't believe. That's why we go. And thirdly, I think it's the best ecosystem in crypto. Like DeFi, 60% of all liquidity in DeFi, it's Ethereum blockchain. And fourth, I think it's conspiracy. It's time. So who win? Okay, three things. It's I think it's okay for 8,000 Ethereum this year. So, who wins in Solana asset?
None of us.
All right, let's have a look. The current price is
165.
165.
So nobody wins.
Nobody wins.
Yeah.
No, I do believe you said below 160.
No. It was 164 or 166.
Yeah.
Now it's
165 exactly.
Okay, money is here.
Right.
Maybe
It's
we
about to drop below
we
165.
can give money
wait for a couple of
to
seconds.
we can give money to our ring girl from this table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody 100. Thank you, Masha. Give to Altenai too. And James, 100 to your wife. Okay, so guys, let's check XRP. I know it's a very popular asset in English-speaking countries. And can you tell me why?
XRP is an IQ test.
IQ.
Yeah.
Tell us.
So it makes it's sort of it's a psyop It's the best coin that was designed to farm money, to steal from the poor and the ignorant. So if you don't understand anything about crypto, the coin that seems most appealing to you is going to be XRP, because you hear that it's going to be used by the banks, and the banks already use it.
Anti-freedom, you mean that?
Exactly. So you got the CEO who dresses like a CEO, he talks like a CEO. So it basically, it's a LARP that speaks to the normies. The normies, they see that, they see a real company, right? And they don't, if you don't care about the tokenomics and everything else, you just feel like this is the right thing. Because you think of a normie let's look at a normie in 2016. Ethereum came out, and then there's also been XRP, which has been around for a long time. And they're on stage at a conference, they're watching maybe on YouTube, right? They say, okay, the founder of Ethereum should come in and speak. And then they see Vitalik, this squiggly, skinny Russian guy, come here, he can't even speak. And then they bring out the CEO of XRP. Garlinghouse comes out with his suits, with a gray beard, and then he talks big time with an American accent. What do you think the normies are going to think? They'll be like, oh, this is the guy. He's talking the things that we understand. The banks, we're going to change the banks, whatever. XRP.
Officially shit, yeah?
Exactly. It looks legit. That's the word. XRP looks and feels
like
legit.
an MLM scheme.
It's 100%. It's
An
like
MLM mixed with a meme coin.
you ask yourself, why do people lose money in the MLM schemes? Because
And
the
MLM
MLMs,
coin and bank XRP.
like to a normal person, bro, an MLM is more appealing than Bitcoin.
Okay.
Because the MLM usually has a leader who wears a suit, he drives a fancy car, and he talks the normie talk. Bitcoin, who is the founder? We don't know. Oh, what about the government? Oh, it doesn't really matter about the government. They go, fuck, that's scam. XRP is an MLM scheme type of play.
Okay.
That's why it's been around since 2012. To this day, the price. So look, XRP price in 2018 is the same as XRP price today.
Like stablecoin.
It's like a stable coin or worse.
The market cap is massive as well.
The market cap is massive. It can go up, but the people who buys, they look at the unit of account. They're like, oh, I can buy, with 10 grand, I can buy a lot of XRP. When the banks take over and it becomes a Bitcoin, I'm going to be super rich.
Okay.
So XRP is an IQ test.
So?
And I think it's a good trade because it's predictable. I've made more money on XRP trading it than people that hold it, because when there's a huge announcement, SEC dropped the case against Ripple. I go long, 10x, I wait, it pumps, I sell it, I move on.
Look at the graphic. It looks like a scam here. It's a 15 minutes time frame. Okay, announcement, XRP. We can have same money, yeah? Same 200, 200.
Yeah, let's just put more because it's an MLM scheme anyway. So might as well go all in.
Next asset is XRP. What's the price in 10 minutes? And what's the current price right now? Current price is 2.30.
30.
Yeah, what's your prediction?
I think it can be from 232.
Above or below?
I think, look at the graphic. It's no volatility, you know? I think...
No, you're looking at a 15 minutes, so don't think there's no volatility. This is a 15
Look,
minutes.
maximum 232 and minimum 226.
I believe it's going to be below 230.
Below 230. Gray?
Below let me look at the real time
Me too.
price.
Below 230.
I think it's going to be above.
Above
230. Yes.
I'm going to put 500.
No.
I'm going all in.
Emil and James, below 230.
Yeah, I think above 230.
Okay.
Above.
Yeah,
After 10
I can put in two more, make 500. But yeah, back on the XRP, it's just that. It's an IQ test.
Okay.
And the way you can see this is that people that invested in XRP feel so sure that they think it's the most obvious thing that, this is the right thing to do. Okay. There is no argument. You can come up with any logical explanation. To them, it's just like, as clear as day that XRP is the one. Even though XRP, when Bitcoin's price was like $5,000, XRP was where it is today or less. And it hasn't gone anywhere. The explanation, there was a court case about that with the SEC. That is why.
Okay, your prediction, 2 times, 2 questions. Prediction 2025, maximum, and maximum this cycle. XRP.
The best XRP can go in this cycle is $10. The best this year is going to be a new all-time high. Maybe it can do $5.
Okay.
That's it.
James?
What's the market cap?
It's a lot. Maybe let's just look at the
Now,
right
now he say you, but now you explain us why you care about market cap.
135 billion.
$5 if you're lucky,
2025.
and next year.
And
Yeah.
same in cycle.
The thing is, the
Like
market cap is massive.
Ethereum.
The whole cult of XRP and the XRP army are already holding XRP, and it's not a meme coin with a low market cap where you can all buy the dip and it pumps it. It's going to need institutional money to go in. The institutes aren't dumb. People on a serious level know it's a shit coin. It's just about, is it going to have a retail hype and maybe some institutes put some money in on it? I don't know. $5.
This year.
$5 in maybe the next couple of years. We're going to come into a massive crash anyway. So within this bull market, potentially $5.
So finally this year maximum.
$5.
And this cycle next year, for example.
$5.
Like Ethereum, like a stable years, you know. For me, minimum $8 this year and minimum $20 next year. Minimum. I think more.
Can we put a bet on this?
For me, market cap doesn't matter. They control emission. More than 60%, it's top 100 holders. It's like a cabal, you know, firstly. Secondly, they work with the government. And when they work with government, it's not like, hey, I go. No. They make digital railways for government of USA and for other countries.
This is the IQ test I was talking about.
Yeah.
But VeChain, look what VeChain have done, right?
What?
And that hasn't pumped. VeChain.
VeChain.
They've got the partnership with the UFC. They're doing the bigger.
I don't know about VeChain, sorry.
It's a great project, but I mean, it's the same with XRP, right?
The point is trying to make that if government pumped, if officials or partnering with government is what matters, then Bitcoin wouldn't have been where it is right now.
Nostra Vostra, do you know Swift?
Swift?
Yeah.
Swift is the dumbest monetary network ever.
Do you know how long you wait if you send money?
I use USDT. Why would I use Swift?
Yeah, exactly. What you're trying
It's
to say
not about
is,
you. $1 trillion every day sent by Swift.
Look,
$1 trillion.
right now,
Do you know this?
Tether is already moving more money than
Doesn't care.
XRP.
For
So
example,
why would then the banks, whoever,
XRP
switch?
will not use. Okay, in my opinion, in my information, it's not like a guarantee. I guess that some volume will be changed from Swift to XRP liquidity.
No, but you know what?
Stable coin on Ripple Labs.
I'll tell you.
Like a stable coin, for example, now it's USDT, the most popular. Second, USDC, and third, like a USD1, and fourth, like a XRP stable coin. Yeah.
Why?
What? Why?
I will tell you why that thesis is wrong. It might have been true in 2012 when XRP was being created, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they be like, okay, there's this network that is Swift. It's very slow and inefficient. Bitcoin cannot scale to that level to be used as that. So we're building a network that might replace Swift. But then as how things evolved, XRP hasn't really been adopted as much. People have been adopting more of USDT.
Yeah.
And even the newer stablecoins are following the model of USDT. You already got Circle just IPO'd already, right? And they had a very successful IPO. That's already showing you the trend of where it's going. So it's not going to be Swift. Most banks are going to be using stablecoins, using the current monetary networks that have been around already, and they've proved to work. They've moved billions, if not trillions of dollars by now. So why then suddenly XRP, which is 2012 tech, why should then suddenly overlap all these other projects and suddenly become the most relevant and more valuable?
No, I don't say that XRP change all volumes in the Swift, in P2P transactions. No, even 10% of all Swift volume every day, like it's, I don't know, maybe people knows and comment like maybe $10 trillion or $20 trillion every day volume in Swift. If just 10% after 5 years change it by, for example, by XRP, it's not like a send XRP tokens, XRP in liquidity, because it's frozen around $30 trillion in all banks in all world for Nostra Vostra works. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so how does, let's say the Swift, 10% of Swift
For
now
example.
starts using XRP.
For example.
How does that translate into the price of XRP appreciating?
Because it will be in liquidity, and for liquidity you should buy it and put it and froze like you
You mean
froze.
create liquidity pools for XRP
Yeah.
and then basically earn from the trading volume.
For example, you want to use XRP in liquidity for hedge transactions.
The thing is though, with the liquidity pools, you only
Now
make
you
money
freeze you
if-
freeze dollars for sending SWIFT, in banks. Like a bank freeze money for SWIFT working. You got it?
I don't see the correlation between, even if XRP gets adopted, I don't see the correlation between that and the token going up. You look at Tether. They don't need to create a token to sort of pump it. They move a lot of money and they're cashing out on transaction fees and interest with the banks and on the treasury bonds that they hold.
Yeah.
So XRP, why would a private company like that do something that is going to benefit token holders instead of because there's the Ripple Labs, the company, which a lot of institutions would be interested in that, not really the token.
I know information that it can be like XRP in liquidity, backed up by gold. And after 1971 was the peg from gold. Now we see big inflation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my point is like it can be used ISO 20022 projects in digital railways like Swift, like RWA, like CBDC. It's XRP, XLM, Algorand, IOTA, XDC, for example. I didn't say that like world will be changed 100% by these projects, but some volumes in some ways it can be. That's why governments, companies, banks can buy for liquidity some tokens of these projects and hold it, like hold gold. Like now we see a lot of countries buy gold.
I totally disagree because
Okay.
when you look at an old project,
Okay.
one of the best things that you can look at and admire or
Okay.
think that it might be relevant in the future is how it evolves over time. So look at Ethereum. It came out, layer 1 blockchain for all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then when NFTs came out, it was basically the first one to do NFTs. DeFi came out, it was basically the first one to do DeFi. Now we're now in the age of AI.
Okay.
Ethereum is relevant in the AI space.
So?
You look at XRP as a blockchain.
Yeah.
It missed out on NFTs. It missed out on DeFi. Basically, nobody uses it. Solana is more
Why
useful
people should use it?
because it's a blockchain.
No.
Right. It's a blockchain.
Different. Blockchain was created. It's like technology.
It's not that they don't try.
It's not for our profit.
There are meme coins on XRP.
No.
There's
XRP
DeFi.
only for government, for digital railways, no more. RWA, that's all.
So it doesn't have any other use case other than waiting
They
for
don't need
government
it.
to
They don't need it.
green light it.
My point, they don't need it. My point, like a big capital, give people meme coins, NFTs,
think it's been 10
other
minutes.
Has it been 10
other
minutes?
assets. For
Oh shit, we lost.
we
Oh,
lost
no,
10
wait, what
minutes.
did you bet? Yeah.
Okay, my point is like big capital make a lot of things for
Yeah, must have
get
been
attention of people and
Like
make
15.
their deals.
You won.
I
Wait,
think.
what did you bet?
Huh?
Below. You both betted below. I betted above.
Oh, you won.
Yeah, you want because
Please,
look
come
at
make
this
the announcement.
God candle.
yeah.
Like
So I'm bearish on XRP, but I'm winning. You see, I know how to
Yeah.
trade it. I won a lot because it was a big bait.
Okay, on XRP, gray 1. The price is 232. Congratulations.
you're rich, brother.
Reach.
Like in American hip hop clip, you know.
Reach of XRP. I told you.
Who you wanna be? Kanye West, Jay-Z?
I think Kanye West is more fun. Jay-Z is boring.
Okay. Let's talk about a new asset, Hyperliquid. Hype, it's like the biggest hype in this year, yeah? So guys, next asset, Hype. It's the most hyped asset this year. We have a next bet, 100 more 600, okay? This is my last money, last bet, 600. Announcement? Bro, put money on the table.
So the next asset is Hype.
Price
The
is
current price is 42. And what's your bet?
It's actually 41.733. So we can bet
41
above 42 or below 41.
Okay, the current price is 41.31.
Okay, so I would say it's going to be above 42.
Above 42 gray. James?
Below 42.
Below 42.
No. You can say below 41 or yeah.
Below
Oh.
James? Emil?
Yeah, do Emil first.
hype is a hype. Above 42.
42. Above 42 Emil and James.
Below 41.50.
Below 41.50.
Okay, James below 41.50.
Sure.
Let's see.
Okay, guys. About IQ test, we put picture here, like the not here in video.
No.
The stupidest guy, like very stupid guy. Mid curve, you know mid curve.
Mid curve, yeah.
Yeah, and guy in a hat, like in a hoodie. Guy in a hoodie. So you think you are guy in a hoodie, and you think you guy in a hoodie, right? I can be the stupidest guy. If I earn money, it's okay for me. Okay. What about hype?
I like Hype. I think it's going to be the biggest altcoin run of this cycle.
Okay, your
It has to
prediction
be.
2025 in this cycle?
I would just say it will be in the top 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah. That whatever that means.
Price
So
more than 100 then.
500.
500 this cycle.
Yeah.
And 2025?
2025 above $100.
I'm going to give you two targets because I believe in the law of attraction. So I'm going to say $10,000.
Bro, sorry. You guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing. $10,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to attract that figure because I'm holding a lot of hype. So I want that to happen.
Great. Are you okay with this price?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I'm holder, yeah. It's good.
I just
good idea.
I don't hold enough, but maybe I should.
Okay.
My second price, being conservative,
20,000.
what are we at now? 41. We've just overtaken Sui. 90. 90 to 110.
It's prediction this year.
Yeah.
And in this cycle?
In this cycle, a 10, just under a 10x from here, about 400. 400 to 420, yeah.
100. For me, it's easier to get 100 this year. Easy. Maybe 120, for example. And this cycle, 300. 300, yeah. Because it's the most popular sector of altcoins, profitable model. We have a hype. Maybe we will have Pump Fund token, yeah. Maybe we will have a Jito token. Jito has token, yeah. We have a Banana Gun, you know, Banana Gun terminal. They have token with a profitable model. What else?
I think the problem with the Pump Fund token is their whole setup, their whole business has been around rugs. So what gives you the confidence to buy the Pump Fund token? Because
Hype
it
is
might
about
be the
rugs
biggest
too.
rug of the year.
But hype same.
Because it's Pump Fund.
No,
What's
but
that?
Hype is a product that will exist tomorrow. You know, it's not like I think Pump Fund is more of a trend where it also feels like it's going to an end.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas Hyperliquid is similar to like Binance, but on chain. And I think Hyde, one of the founders of Uniswap, yesterday was sharing the chart showing the growth of liquidity moving from SEX into DEX. So that trend is growing because I was in Europe 2 months ago. None of my exchanges work. I couldn't trade perps there. I had to use VPN and stuff like that. So there's a lot of restrictions everywhere now against futures and people trading.
100%.
So like everybody is now learning the hard way that, look, you want to be self-custody, you want to go on-chain. Hyperliquid is going to be the biggest winner. My prediction is that Binance or Coinbase is going to end up buying Hyperliquid
What year, for example?
this cycle.
This cycle,
I don't think
2026,
so.
for example.
Right. I mean, I know they're saying that, we're not going to do it, but everyone has a price. You know, everyone has a price. Look at Circle.
Thing is, Hyperliquid, the guys set this up, they're quant traders, they set this up to go against head-to-head with centralized exchanges. It would just be against their ethics to then go and sell it to a centralized exchange. I think they've genuinely set it up for the people and for people to actually use it. Because if you look at last cycle, everything was bullish with centralized exchanges. This cycle, it's all about decentralized exchanges. No one that I know anyway that's heavily in crypto uses centralized exchanges, unless to keep a bit of money on or whatever, but it's all about DEXs. So I think Hyperliquid's going to do really well, but I can't see them selling to a centralized exchange. I know everyone's got a price.
I think we could say the same about Coinbase, right? That's how the mission starts. And then also we have to keep in mind that governments will still come and attack the DEXs too. They'll start implementing, oh, just do this and just do that. And there will be a point where the price is going to be too big. BlackRock will just be like, okay, look, take this. And then it happens. Just how, I think for things to scale, centralization comes as a price of everything. Except if you don't, Bitcoin is a special case. That's what makes it really, really, really special. That it's difficult to centralize it. Because on the Hyperliquid, like what he said, we're basically hoping that these people will keep up with their original ideas and their thesis and their conviction. But like you said at the beginning, that humans are the most flawed.
What do you think? Why it becomes so popular? Before we have DYDX, GMX.
Yeah.
Why, especially Hype, get hyped?
That's a meme coin though, isn't it? It's a meme coin, GME.
No, I think it's talking about DYDX.
DYDX and GMX maybe. I know. DYDX.
I know GMX as well. Yeah. So those ones, it's just bad product.
Bad product, bad marketing, maybe.
Bad product, bad marketing, maybe not enough money, but also they were more chasing the whole hype of swaps.
Yeah,
And
maybe timing.
And the timing as well, because the technology that allows hype to run was not really that up there at the time.
Okay, what about vibe in your countries? I said before about Russian CIS vibe. Everybody, not everybody, most of all, bearish. What about you guys? And what about your countries, James?
Haven't been to the UK in 2.5 years.
But you talk with your friends, with influencers from Great Britain. You
Not many influencers from Great Britain.
Okay.
All over. I think a lot of influencers are always bullish because they don't really understand how the markets work. And it's the same as last cycle. Everyone said we're in a corrective phase of a bull market. Everyone's throwing out these stupid figures, and then every time it dips, they're like, we're in a corrective phase. Buy the dip. And then we're in a bull market for 4 years. So what I tend to do is enter into projects like Hyperliquid, like Sui, like other projects, this recent coin called Marsha the Bear and Saros and whatever. Get a good entry, start DCAing out, make profits. If it keeps going up, great. If it doesn't, you made profits, you made your initials back. I don't really get tied into all the noise because I feel like price predictions can then set a figure in your head. A couple of years ago, last cycle, not even a couple of years ago, last cycle I entered into a pre-sale called Pro, and I got in the pre-sale for 4p. It ran up to like 98p or 97. My price target was like $1 or something like this. It was a couple over it, and then it ran to not quite my price target, fell all the way back down, and now it's like 1p or something. So I took out a small bit of profit. So I don't really like price targets, price predictions, and the noise of everyone saying things. So it goes in one ear and out the other.
Okay, finally, what about vibe? It's more bearish or more bullish in UK, in Europe, or maybe another country, you know?
Depends who you're speaking to. Depends. I don't answer any of your questions with a yes or no. It's always a question with a question. What's the vibe of people
in crypto in your country, in other countries? Maybe you know.
The educated is. I'm kind of not bearish, but take profits. We're about to have a major correction. The uneducated, crypto's going to the moon. Bitcoin's going to $1 million this cycle. We're all going to be rich, and then we can quit our 9 to 5s. So it depends really who you're speaking to. I think we're going to have a major crash at some point.
In general, in X, in Telegram, what retail say? Like most of all hate crypto, most of all love crypto.
Okay.
I mean, why?
If it's a green day, we're bullish. Everything's going to the moon. If it's a red day, everyone's bearish. Crypto's dead. It changes daily. It depends on the candles. It depends on the charts.
No, it's impossible. Every day changing.
Every week changing.
I think,
think about it. When we have a red month and everything going down, you see less tweets. You see everyone saying, "Oh, crypto thing, blah blah blah." As soon as everything pumps, boom, everyone's positive.
Okay,
especially
now
on crypto Twitter.
June 2025. Now June. So it's more bearish or more bullish?
Bullish.
Bullish.
Yeah.
Gray.
Bullish.
Bullish in South Africa.
So
okay,
look,
maybe not South Africa. Maybe another country.
So I can tell you what happened in Africa. Crypto is looked at differently now.
Okay.
People don't care as much about Bitcoin anymore. A lot of people that really believe in crypto are much younger. They don't have that much money. So they find interest in meme coins because the upside seems to be much higher. I think it's pretty much the same in the English-speaking world.
Okay.
The more young people, they gravitate towards memes, meme coins, and AI stuff that's sort of trending right now. Bitcoin is being seen as this thing for the rich. It's like elitist now, right? Like, oh, who has $100,000 to buy this Bitcoin? It's over. So they're chasing for whatever is the new thing. But the mentality of people have just changed. Like, it's even here in Dubai, there are people like us that started a couple of cycles before. Our mentality is you find an asset, you buy and you hold it.
Okay.
And you hope that it goes up. There is a new mentality that is like the pump fund people. To them, they don't believe in this whole thing of hold and you know assets and you hold it and all that. They just look at a coin today. Tomorrow I have to look for another one. It's very exhausting, but that's how these guys are doing it. Every day is a new token. They don't get tired with that's the game. So I feel like this cycle is going to be more of that as well, where we're not going to have a lot of runners that goes from nothing to a huge market cap. There are going to be many pumps, but after that they dump and nobody cares, and then another one and another one.
Yeah.
100% rotation of liquidity.
Yeah, it's just going to be very, very frequent rotations.
Different mindset, yeah.
Different mindset.
Young money, old money. So,
Yes.
in general,
That was me in the last cycles. There was the Bitcoin maxes. Oh, everything is a scam. I was like, what the hell are you talking about, right? Because they had like 500 Bitcoins sitting in their wallet that they bought for $6.
okay.
So they had all the incentive to say that.
If we just give it a couple of
after
seconds.
10
it might-
minutes, price is gray. Price is
41.58.
5.8. So
Yeah.
nobody win.
Nobody win.
Next
FARTCOIN.
asset is FARTCOIN. What's the current price?
136, yeah?
134.
1.34.
1.34.
What's your bet?
My bet above 136.
Great.
Below 1.34.
Okay.
1.34.
There's no volume in it. Above 1.35.
Above 1.35.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
But above 1.35, it's same like 1.36. Me too then, 1.35.
So above 1.35?
Yeah, same like him, because if I win, he wins 100%.
So for me, it's below 1.34.
Yeah. So guys, what about meme coins? I know you're flippers, right? In Solana.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm just looking for big runners, right? So
You try to find gems, right?
Yes.
Like me in 2021 and 2023.
So I trade everything and then I hope that I get a winner. So sometimes you get it. Like I got FARTCOIN, I got AI16Z, I got into those ones early because that's the strategy. So I like the memes. It's a good game, it's fun, it's more entertaining.
What is your best free keys in the meme coins in all time? Like
The biggest winner?
your three best keys. Your three biggest winners.
This year is FARTCOIN.
FARTCOIN
Yeah.
and before
AI16Z,
AI16Z. Okay, and third.
Mudeng. So all the new stuff right now.
Okay, James.
I stopped meme coins in terms of investing in them. No, I still do them a bit last year. So I don't have any winners this year for
Okay,
meme coins.
but-
But utility is obviously very
Yeah,
good.
but
yeah.
you have three best big winners, best free keys, like in meme coins, maybe 2021, 2023, 2024. And when you buy and you see 10x, 20x, 30x, and you sell it.
I don't know. I can't mention the ones on camera.
Are they right?
They're not rugs, but I'm in basically some cabal groups and stuff. So some of them have done proper runs, but I don't know what level that is on insider trading kind of thing. So I could talk about on other coins where like Saros coin, Marsh are big projects where they're still there, they're still running well. But there were a lot of cabal coins last year. We probably did about 150 projects last year.
Wow. That's insane.
So yeah, some of them done really well. The community's done really well.
You wholesale meme coin trader, yeah?
It depends as well in terms of the X's. What have I taken out in terms of liquidity? Because I've done 850X on the election coin, which was purely a CTO, but I can't take out liquidity, right? Because 850X, it ran from 12K market cap to 1.1 million with a hell of a lot of sell pressure.
Okay.
We done another one recently, like 6 months ago, which the guy who's meant to be doing the market making messed up the market making. We ran that from 100k to 2.5 million, so 25x. We've done not millions, we've done hundreds of these projects.
You are a real hustle OG in the Memecoins, right?
The thing is with me and the other people is when I'm involved in, sometimes you can't, I've been involved in big teams, even like T-Mania, we run from 500k to 45 million last year. It's a team of 40 people in there. Yeah, the core team have 40 people. Problem with the core team having 40 people is 90% of the core team were mates of mates of mates who come in through some of the core team that were relevant anyway. What I've learned from the meme coins is if you're going to do it, number one, you have good intentions, which we always have, but number two, you keep the core team tight, because as soon as there's money showing in other people's wallets and they're in different countries, one of the guys in a core team from T-Mania is in Thailand smoking weed, he market dumps $250,000. Yeah, especially
if it's for the first time, the best
exactly.
money they've ever seen, they'll sell it.
And this guy was broke until T-Mania, and that set him up. And now he's got a bit of money, but he's gambled most of it away. Meme coins, this is the biggest problem with the meme coins. I've been in projects that have done stupid gains, but getting the money out, the liquidity meme coins is very different to the liquidity in Ethereum, Bitcoin, utility projects.
Right. 100%.
So how much have I made on meme coins? The best one I've done that isn't my project is probably Shiba Inu 10x. Or in terms of best ones that I've done that I haven't had insider knowledge on, Shiba Inu, someone else's project, 10x last cycle.
Finally, you said it.
That's your answer.
But
Time to go now.
I think the point that you made is also good. People think that if you just launch a coin and you look at it at 10 million, you have made money. Like a lot of people that launch their own projects, memes, they lose money.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's difficult. I launched JPepe last year. I gave 1% to a KOL and he market dumped, stopped the pump. We created a panic sale. I lost $35,000 on that one. Election coin, I lost money on because, yes, technically I've done 850x. The sell pressure from 15k market cap, people selling, people buying. I pushed it. I got crypto likes to push it as well, who had a lot of volume at the time. Pushed it to 1.1. It was just too much sell pressure. So even on some of the projects, I make good money on some of them, but then you always lose unless I go in with it with an intention. All right, cool. I'm going to send it to $1 million myself and farm everything and then rug it. I'll make money, but you don't have a community. No one will trust you if you do that. So every single project I've done has always been with good intentions, and even if it doesn't work, like even with JPepe, 90% of the people made money on it. At the end, I have to rug it just purely to get my money back. And then when you break it down and explain to the community, most of them don't care because they've already made money on it. So if you do it in that way, absolutely fine. But I feel like the trenches, you've got all of these bad actors that are non-docs. They come in, they send a coin, they create the fake volume, they create the hype, all this bullshit, and then they rug it with bad intentions. That's different.
Like if you come to the jungle, be ready to fight, yeah?
Kind of. What do you mean?
Translate him, please.
I think he's saying that when you enter into the cage of meme coin trenching, then you have to be ready to take the punches.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I was trying to do coins that can be the next Shiba Inu and the next Dogecoin and Bonk and thing, but it's very difficult. Very, very difficult.
I mean, the game theory is dirty because not only you're worried about even the group of people that you're working with, your own team can dump on you, but you also have sniffers and snipers. These are people that don't know you. They're just using bots running 24/7, and they don't care about you, about the project, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't think that launching your own project is the smartest play in this game, I would say, anymore.
100%
it used to be. Right now, you're better off just getting involved in another project. Yeah. And then you hope that it works. It's more difficult to find the right one, but putting your name on the line, your money and the team to create a meme coin, it's dirty work.
It's like with girls, better and easier to find new girl than change this girl. Because if you say something to her like, you have something bad, no, it doesn't work. You just can find a better girl. You spend energy for find the best, then you spend energy to change somebody.
I guess the best analogy is if you're a woman and your boyfriend is broke, you don't want to change him to become not broke. It's harder to make him rich. Although it's much easier for you to just find a rich one, right? I think that's more what you're saying.
I think it's the opposite, though, isn't it? It depends if he's got a brain or not.
Different things, but it works.
If you can see potential, then it's different.
Potential, it's possible, but it doesn't mean that you can do it. So you can see the potential, but can you get him out to do it? the quickest strategy is still going to
The
be
thing
finding
with
a
rich
guy.
guys already is you don't know how they become rich. If it's like from their family and stuff, 90% of people that have family money, a couple of generations down, they lose it. If someone's intelligent and they know how to speak, they know how to sell, and they can hustle, they're always going to make it. They can be broke as many times, but they're always going to make it.
100%. I agree with
but
him.
that is the philosophy. The objective is to find a rich guy. So I don't think
Most rich guys aren't rich though. They're rich on the surface, but then as soon as something gets tough or whatever, their Lamborghini gets repossessed, they can't afford the rent. You can't tell if someone's rich on the outside. And that's the best thing about crypto for these people that stunt is, do they really have money or not? I can tell from a mile away now because I've been in the game for a while, but most of these people, they come to Dubai, they rent a Lamborghini, they get the fake rich Emil, they go to fake restaurants and have a glass of water, not fake restaurants, sorry, they go to the top restaurants, have a glass of water and take picture of other people's steaks, or they go there with 10 of their mates, and same thing in the clubs. Like, the problem with social media, and this is what I always say, if you want to genuinely see if someone's got money, and I mean this for people that either want to learn or something from someone, because there's so many scammers, look at the consistency over X amount of years, because consistency never lies. Unless they've rented a Lamborghini and posted pictures for the last 10 years, then yeah, you can get caught out. But I don't even know what the question is. I just went off on a bit of a...
I want to say one thing. In Russia, star on your neck, it means like the best level in criminal environment. You know? What is it? Воровская звезда. You know
Yeah,
in
I know.
Russia. It's like maybe about 1,000 people have in the world.
I got this in Russia.
It's like
Yeah.
general.
I
It's
do.
like how to say, I don't know, like
It's like a Russian
BlackRock
gang.
top manager in financial market. In Russian criminal environment, it looks like you cannot go to the next against police. You know, you cannot.
Yeah. I won't wear shorts when I come to Russia.
Let's come to Russia. Don't worry. If you will be with me, everything will
We
be
both
good.
get kidnapped.
Yeah, guys, I invited you to Moscow in summer. You come?
I mean, I like Moscow.
Yeah.
It's a deal for me.
You've never
So-
been in summer, right?
No.
So you should come in
I'd
June.
love to come. 100%. I'll be there.
You with
She needs
wife,
to wear
you,
Excel for the
you
court
alone.
case.
Everybody will have a great time. What price now?
41.590.
Did I say it would fall?
It's what?
FARTCOIN, sorry.
So what is the price now?
I won.
Why?
I won. I won. It's like below 134.
What?
Yeah, we said above 135.50.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we said
135.
that,
And now you say
Now
above,
it's like it's below 135.
yeah. You
thing
say
is-
below 134. I remember.
Yes.
You say don't
It is
don't cheat
below.
Now
us,
the thing is,
brother.
now it's going up. That's the problem.
Money is here, brother. One.
But at what point did you stop?
oh, no, it's
Because-
above 134. You lost it.
well, but so which point do we count? Because in the last
He did
second,
magic.
Right now.
How it's possible, guys? You saw that price was 1.355, and nobody win because
it was 135.5.
yeah.
Okay, so then I won.
No. You say above, below 134.
Is it below 135 or below 134?
You say we 134, but in video we can check.
Technically, it was below 134 when we.
134.
Yeah.
You said below 134.
You say below 134.
Okay, sure.
I remember.
But now it's above 134.
But 2 minutes ago it was below 134.
Yeah.
But what time? But what
Okay,
time?
FARTCOIN now. Who is the winner? Mash-
Nobody.
Nobody wins.
Okay, FARTCOIN.
But after 2 minutes you can win.
Yeah.
But
Technically
after-
I won, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, FARTCOIN, nobody win.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this money on the table, 1,800. I have nothing, but I have gun. Put money on the table. Put all your money on the table. So next video, you will know who get money from this table and from his pocket. I don't think about you because you have gun too.
Yeah, crypto is an IQ test. If you are dumb, you're gonna lose all your money and go broke. So don't be stupid.
Nothing works if you have cash and somebody can kill you. But if you have BTC and nobody knows seed frauds, doesn't matter. Or you die or you live, your BTC will be on your wallet. Right?
My seed phrase is already public. If people want to find it, they can just go and take it on my social media.
You mean? It's a very smart move. Help him.
It's available on my Instagram, on my X, Gray BTC. They can go and find it.
If
and
he
see,
dies,
and see if they can take the money out. It's there.
yeah.
Let's see if they can take it out.
Okay, James, what do you say?
XRP to the moon.
Let's fucking go. Thank you, guys. See you next podcast. Bye bye.